words are in your order of service. They're all very simple. We're going to start with one called "And When I Rise." And if some of the choir could come and help us sing this. We'll sing it through a few times. It's very short. And when I rise, let me rise joyfully. I can never remember what we're rising like. Like a bird, that's right. I always remember about the falling part, not the rising. And when I fall, let me fall gracefully, like a leaf, gracefully, without regret. So if you sing along, we'll sing it through a few times. Let's move on. We're going to do it in a different order than we did the first service, because that's just like I put it in the order of service. So we're going to do this one called A Dedication now. And I think the words are in your order of service, in my house. And we're going to switch out, I think it says peace, serving peace, and we'll switch that out with love and joy and hope, and I'll let you know which word we'll substitute. But let's just sing the melody a couple times.
As for me and my house, you'll find us serving peace.
Hard to get. Let's do find us serving love. Find us serving hope. Hope. One more time, joy. This is a place for you, a place for us, a place for you. And we're going to have three soloists sing each a line, and then we're going to just repeat. So Kirsten's going to start off, and then Jean, and then Steve. And basically just call and response. And you are welcome and encouraged to sing along.
Spirit made a place for you where everything is new. Spirit made a place for you where everything is new. Love has made a place for you where everything is new. Love has made a place for you where everything is new.
Grace has made a place for you where everything is new. Grace has made a place for you where everything is new.
Spirit
Grace has made a place for you where everything is new.
Spirit
Grace has made a place for you where everything is new.
Where everything is new?
Everything is new. Everything is new.
Good morning. Welcome to the Community Church of Chapel Hill, Unitarian Universalist. I'm Kathy Putnam, and I'm a member of the Worship Associates ministry here at the church. Our minister is the Reverend Tom Below, but this morning we're so pleased to hear from Caleigh Grogan, our intern minister. I especially want to welcome any guests or visitors and call your attention to a special note for you. It's on the back side of your order of service. Welcome guests and newcomers. I'd also like to welcome those of you attending online. Lyrics to hymns and all elements of the service, including this week's announcements, is available via the link in the Sunday morning email and on the church website. Our in-person social is right after church, and you can just follow the crowd and see where, if you're new. Please turn off or silence any cell phones during our service to maintain a worshipful experience. Whoever you are, whomever you love, however you arrived at this beloved place, you are welcome here. We'll now hear from Sarah Clark-Fennell and Taryn Bonner-Hirsch about our Within These Walls.
Good morning. I am Sarah Clark-Fennell. I am from the Racial Justice Ministry, and I am really excited to tell you about one of our upcoming events. On Thursday, October 9th at 7 p.m., we will be hosting a Drum Public Service Watch Party. Drum, which stands for Diverse and Revolutionary Unitarian Universalist Multicultural Ministries, is the oldest and largest Black, Indigenous, and people of color-led organization in our faith. Drum hosts monthly closed services by and for people of color, and once a year, they offer a public service that is open to all. This year's public worship theme is There Will Be Dancing. Drum shares, through the destruction and the devastation, something enduring resides within us that cannot be stamped out by bigotry, greed, or exploitation. No matter how much injustice we face and the burdens we carry, there will always be movement. There will always be music. There will always be dancing. From this inner well, we sing, pray, resist, rejoice, dream, and rebuild, because our liberation is bound up together and our spirits are uncontainable. Let us gather to remind one another of our sources of courage, joy, and power. We will gather together in the spirit of curiosity, reverence, and joy to view this special offering and to collect monetary donations to benefit Drum. And there will be snacks and tea and maybe even dancing. Please come and join us. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Please rise in body or spirit for our opening hymn, number 346. Come sing a song with me.
Come
Here in this place of peace, may we find hope. Here in this place of connection, may we find life-giving community. Here in the place of rest, let the unrest of our hearts turn toward justice. Here in this space, made sacred by memories of connection, let each of us feel ourselves part of the new that grows from the old in the spiraling unity of years. Come, let us worship together. You'll find the words to our chalice lighting in your order of service, and if you wish to do so, please join me in reading them. May the light of this chalice give light and warmth to our community when we are joyful and when we despair, and may we feel the warmth spread from our circle to wider and wider circles until all know they belong in the one circle of life.
Spirit.
Now is the time in our service to share the joys and sorrows that we hold in our hearts. So if you have a joyful life milestone or a pastoral sorrow to share, I invite you to come down either far aisle, and when it's time, place your stone in the bowl, share your name, and briefly your joy or sorrow.
Good morning. My name's Amy Maddox. I'm a member of this congregation, and I have a great joy this week that my mother, Suzanne Schaub, will turn 80 this week.
I'm Ivy Brazina. I placed a stone for Jody Savage, who used to attend our church. She is now living in Salem, Oregon. This Friday, she is having her 72nd birthday, but also has to have a mastectomy for a recurring cancer. And she asked me if I could place a stone for her today and ask for good thoughts for her surgery and healing energy. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you. My name is Kate, and I'm very excited because today is my 37th birthday, and it's a special significance because it is the first time in my life that I've had 18 consecutive birthdays without any new oncological diagnoses. It is also the first time in my life that I have a boyfriend on my birthday.
Hi, my name is Ruby Manelli. As many of you know, my cousin died in March, and it's been really hard grieving the loss of a family member.
Hey everybody, I'm Vijay Raman. I'm here to share joy. The other Friday, I was able to throw a party at our house to celebrate not one but two PhD students that have defended from my lab. So I'm super proud because they're strong black male scientists coming out of my research program, and it's like even in this time of crisis, I can find the joys of bringing new great scientists into the community. So.
Place one final stone for all the joys and sorrows that remain unspoken, and for all those without a community in which to share. I invite you to join me now in the spirit of prayer and meditation. Spirit of life, Spirit of love, known by many names and by none, may we feel fully the great honor and responsibility it is to know one another, to celebrate one another's joys, and to mourn together our sorrows. Through loss and uncertainty, through sickness and fear, may we feel held and connected to the great source of our being. May we feel buoyed by a community of care. May we know that we each hold a crucial place in the great tapestry of the universe. In sharing from the most tender parts of ourselves, may we know ourselves more fully. And may we, with everything we are holding, find peace. Blessed be, and amen. I invite you now to remain seated as we sing our meditation hymn, number 155, Circle Round for Freedom.
Circle round for freedom. Circle round for peace. For all of us imprisoned. Circle for release. Circle for the planet. Circle for each soul. For the children of our children. Keep the circle whole.
Our reading this morning comes from the book Research is Ceremony, Indigenous Research Methods by Sean Wilson. Wilson is a Cree researcher, writer, psychologist, and father. And the purpose of his book is to articulate shared elements of an Indigenous research paradigm. What this means is essentially naming the worldview that informs appropriate methods for Indigenous researchers. A primary feature of the worldview he identifies is relationality. To help his readers understand the depth of this relationality, Wilson offers the following guided visualization. I invite you to close your eyes if you're comfortable. Imagine that you are a single point of light, not like a light bulb or even a star, but an infinitely small, intense point of light in an area of otherwise total darkness. Now, in this void, another point of light becomes visible somewhere off in the distance. It is impossible to tell how far off because you and the other point of light are so infinitely small. You form a relationship with that other point of light. And it is as though there is an infinitely thin thread now running between you and the other. All that exists are these 2 points of light, one of which is you, and something that is connecting the two of you together. Now, another point of light off in another direction becomes visible. And again, you develop a relationship, and another thread evolves. You are now connected to 2 other points. A 4th light appears. another relationship and thread are formed. A fifth light, then a sixth. Slowly, more lights appear. You build more and more connections. Now the lights are starting to appear all around you and are coming faster as you get accustomed to bringing them into your forming web of relationships. The lights are coming into being as fast as you can imagine them now. And as you build your web of relationships, slowly these infinitely small threads are building up into something resembling a form around you. As the lights and the relationships come faster and faster, the form starts to take its shape as your physical body. While you notice this, your consciousness expands outwards, and you notice that another point of light, perhaps the first other one that you noticed, has also started to take on a shape as it makes its own web of relationships and builds up its threads of being. Now other lights are taking on their physical form as their webs of relationships grow and coalesce. As more and more of these points of light take on their physical form, the world around you starts to take shape. Now, as you open your eyes, you can see all these things that are around you in the room. What you see is their physical form, but you realize that this form is really just a web of relationships that have taken on a familiar shape. Every individual thing that you see around you is really just a huge knot, a point where thousands and millions of relationships come together. These relationships come to you from the past, from the present, and from your future. This is what surrounds us and what forms us. Our world, our cosmos, our reality. We could not be without being in relationship with everything that surrounds us and is within us. Our reality is the relationships. Here ends our reading.
Freely have we received gifts that minister to our needs of body and spirit. Gladly we bring to our church and its wider concerns a portion of this bounty. We'll now receive the morning offering.
I was raised a Unitarian Universalist. The church I consider my home and the congregation that has had the biggest impact on my journey to ministry is the Unitarian Universalist Society of Bangor in Bangor, Maine. But before my family moved to Maine, I spent the first 6 years of my life as a part of the Unitarian Universalist congregation of Franklin, New Hampshire. I don't have many distinct memories from these first 6 years of my life, but one thing that has lodged itself in my brain and remains there still is the ritual way we began our religious education time. Much like your children do here, we would gather in a group of kids of all ages on Sunday morning before we went to our classes, and instead of lighting a chalice and saying some chalice lighting words, we would light 7 little candles, each in a color of the rainbow. And we would say this rainbow version of the old 7 principles. Red, respect all beings. Orange, offer fair and kind treatment to all. Yellow, yearn to learn. Green, grow by exploring. Blue, believe in our ideals and act on them. Indigo, insist on freedom, justice, and peace. And violet, value our connection with nature. This final candle, value our connection with nature, is a take on the old 7th principle of the Unitarian Universalist Association, which was respect for the interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part. And that web of all existence was depicted for me like a spider's web, where each person and plant and animal exists at an intersection of silk strands. Our actions ripple out across the web, affecting all things. This idea sparked in me an early passion for justice and a keen awareness of the impact we can each have on the world. Even with this early passion and belief in our interdependence, when I first read Sean Wilson's book, and in particular that guided visualization we did together, it made something click for me. I am not just a part of an interdependent web. I am made of the web. Wilson goes into detail about the relationality in an indigenous worldview and the relevance of that to the work of indigenous researchers, because the dominant academic landscape has historically operated from a worldview that is not relational, where all things have a stable and objective truths that are not influenced by our relationships to them. Now, this is starting to change, especially in fields like sociology, where some scholars recognize that their own thoughts and feelings and relationships to the communities they are studying have an impact on the research itself, that it can never be totally objective. But many of us were raised and educated in systems that encouraged objective truth-seeking and discouraged relational ways of understanding. So when I first encountered Wilson's work, it was like throwing open a door to a whole new world of possibilities. I think part of what made this relational worldview seem so right and so appealing to me was that, thinking back, I realized that throughout my life I had been given many lessons on relationality, even if I didn't fully understand them as such at the time. For example, when my brother and I were very young, our dad taught us that there is no such thing as bad words. When other kids were being told, "Don't say that, that's a bad word," we were being told, words are just words. Bad words or curse words aren't real. What's real is how our words affect other people. The relationship between people and the words, that's what matters. He taught us that there are words that offend some people, and that even as little kids, we had the power to choose what kind of impact we wanted to have on the people around us. For instance, he said, "You might make friends who swear, and they won't mind if you swear. But if you swear in front of your grandmother, she is not going to appreciate that." As another example, my mom has more of an earth-based spirituality. And growing up, I had the opportunity to attend with her different rituals and ceremonies that mark our movement around the year. Some celebrate the summer and winter solstices and spring and autumn equinox because they believe in and venerate the gods and goddesses that rule over those different times of year. But for others, what is most central to these rituals is how they remind us of our connection to and dependence on the earth. It is amazing how we now understand the physics and astronomy that create the different seasons, that we know why tomorrow there will be equal hours of day and night. But this time held cultural significance long before the science was understood. For those in the Northern Hemisphere, the autumn equinox was and is significant because it marks the end of the growing season, the time for harvest. It is a time for remembering that our lives are not purely our own. They are dictated by our relationship to the seasons. We are of the earth, not separate from it. These lessons I learned growing up about connection and interdependence were illuminated by Sean Wilson's image of every person and thing as fundamentally a knot of relationships. Now, those words that I had said so many times as a child, violet, value our connection with nature, take on a whole new significance because I am connection and I am nature. Now, I'm not trying to say this is how you need to understand reality. The beauty of our tradition being that we don't have to believe the exact same things about where we came from, about the nature of reality. And while I find this very convincing and exciting, there's also something a little scary about it. The idea of reality being relational, fundamentally composed of relationships, is a little destabilizing if you're used to an empirical kind of reality where the facts are always the facts and they don't have anything to do with us or our relationships to them. But I suspect that regardless of your thoughts about relationality, you have experienced some kind of destabilization or challenge to your worldview over the past few years, maybe especially recently. Watching the rights we thought were guaranteed be stripped away, the eroding trust in science and history, blatant attacks on freedom of speech and freedom of the press. I grew up with a narrative about this country that despite our problems and systemic issues of injustice, that we were moving, if slowly, in the right direction. I learned about the civil rights movement and women's recent victories for independence. I witnessed the struggle and triumph of the marriage equality. It seemed to me that famous Martin Luther King Jr. quote was true: "The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice." Something you may or may not already know, that those words were inspired by Unitarian minister and abolitionist Theodore Parker, who preached the much less succinct and inspirational, "I do not pretend to understand the moral universe. The arc is a long one. My eye reaches but little ways. I cannot calculate the curve and complete the figure by the experience of sight. I can divine it by conscience. And from what I see, I am sure it bends towards justice." I appreciate the conviction of both of these visionary leaders, but sometimes it feels to me like that arc is not so easy to see. To keep myself out of despair, I find myself returning to Sean Wilson, who writes towards the end of his book, "Everything we do shares in the ongoing creation of our universe." Everything we do shares in the ongoing creation of our universe. I find hope and inspiration in the idea that through our innumerably many relationships, we are constantly changing this world, and we are changed by it. Things are not fixed. And as difficult as that can be to live with, it is also an opportunity to change things for the better, to bend the arc of our lives towards justice. This is a big part of why I feel called to ministry. Because in our congregations, we do not claim to have the one objective truth. We recognize that truth-seeking and justice-making are ongoing, and that they are both best practiced in community, through relationship. It is thanks to all the relationships that formed me that I get to be on this journey, that I have found my way here. Would I be here if I had not once been a child sitting in a circle reciting the rainbow principles? Who's to say? But I am grateful for it because it is a part of who I am, a part of my web of relationships. And now that I'm here, knowing you will become a part of who I am. I am excited to learn from you, to be changed by you, to engage together in the ongoing creation of our universe. Blessed be. Invite you now to please rise in body or spirit and join in singing one of my favorite hymns, number 1051, "We Are."
For each child that's born, the morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, the morning star rises and sings to the visions. We're sisters of mercy and brothers of love. We are lovers of life and the builders of nations. We're seekers of truth and keepers of faith. We are makers of peace and the wisdom of ages. We are our grandfather's prayers, and we are our grandfather's dreamings. We are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. We are mothers of courage and fathers of time. We are daughters of dawn and the sons of great visions. We're sisters of mercy and brothers of love. We are lovers of life and the builders of nations. We're seekers of truth and keepers of faith. We are makers of peace and the wisdom of ages. We are our grandmother's prayers, and we are our grandfather's dreamings. We are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are.
The words for extinguishing the chalice are in your order of service. Please join me in saying them. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Now let's thank everyone who contributed to making this service so special. And now it's time to sing Shalom. The words are in your order of service. If you feel comfortable, hold your hands out and hold hands with the person next to you. If not, put your hands over your heart. Shalom, shalom, my friends, shalom, my friends, shalom, shalom. We'll meet again, we'll meet again, shalom, shalom. Good music, really good music. And it fits together so well.